Disappearing from this place, leaving all the memories without a single trace. But fear, it holds me captive, a shadow in the night, paralyzing whispers, stealing all my might. This static heartbeat, a constant dull refrain, whispering the same old stories through sunshine and through rain. We're just echoes in the darkness, searching for a sound, a revolution brewing, breaking through the ground. Yeah, a spark that ignites, a flame that burns so bright, tearing down the walls and bringing back the light. Oh, static heartbeat beating out of time, searching for a reason, a purpose to define. Yeah, broken promises and empty hollow stairs, caught in the current of our darkest cares. Static heartbeat, a flickering light, fighting through the darkness, reaching for the light. Just another lost soul screaming in the void, every single hope we had destroyed.
The old diner's empty, dust on every seat, memories like cobwebs, bittersweet. We used to talk for hours, plans we'd never keep. Now the silence echoes, promises asleep. Rusted dreams are gathering like leaves upon the ground. No sign of yesterday, not a single sound. Faded photographs of who we used to be, haunting whispers in the vast forgotten sea. Oh, rusted dreams slowly turning brown, watching all our futures tumble down. Yeah, ghost town fading in the setting sun, where all our youthful battles were lost and won. Rusted dreams, a mournful fading tune, waiting for a brighter afternoon. Just a hollow echo in the quiet night, searching for a spark, a distant guiding light. Walk past your old house, ivy on the wall. Wondered if you think of me, if you remember all the secrets whispered softly underneath the stars. Now just distant memories, healing unseen scars. Rusted dreams are haunting from a time long gone, a bittersweet reminder of where we went wrong. Faded photographs of who we used to be, haunting whispers in the vast forgotten sea. Oh, rusted dreams slowly turning brown, watching all our futures tumble down. Yeah, a ghost town fading in the setting sun, where all our youthful battles were lost and won. Rusted dreams, a mournful fading tune, waiting for a brighter afternoon. Just a hollow echo in the quiet night, searching for a spark, a distant guiding light. I tried to call you lately just to hear your voice, but the number's disconnected. I didn't have a choice but to let the past remain there, locked away and deep. All the promises we made, the secrets we would keep. Rusted dreams still shimmer in the morning dew, a melancholy beauty forever lost to you. We chase the fleeting moments, trying to hold them tight, but time keeps slipping through our hands into the endless night. Yeah, symphony of silence, a story left untold, precious as a memory. Underneath the overpass where the shadows creep and crawl, we see the broken promises against the concrete wall. Faded paint graffiti, stories left untold. City breathes its secrets, brave and bruised and old. Concrete ghosts are walking through the forgotten lanes, bearing silent burdens, enduring all the pains. The forgotten faces in the pouring rain, whispering their stories again and again. Oh, concrete goes haunting every street, pounding out a rhythm with their weary feet. Yeah, silent revolution in the urban sprawl, waiting for the moment to stand up tall. Concrete goes breaking through the grime, fighting for their dignity against the test of time. Just a phantom echo in the city's hum, waiting for a brighter day to come. Empty storefront windows reflecting neon gleam. Another generation lost, caught in a broken dream. We try to find a purpose amidst the noise and strife, clinging to our anger, clinging on to life. Concrete ghosts are watching from the highest floors, behind the silent windows, behind the bolted doors. The forgotten faces in the pouring rain, whispering their stories again and again. Oh, concrete goes haunting every street, pounding out a rhythm with their weary feet. Yeah, silent revolution in the urban sprawl, waiting for the moment to stand up tall. Concrete goes breaking through the grime, fighting for their dignity against the test of time. Just a phantom echo in the city's home, waiting for a brighter day to come. I hear the rumble softly beneath the city's roar, a hidden undertow demanding something more. From all the silent watchers, the ones who stand alone, we're building new foundations from concrete and from stone. Concrete ghosts are rising from the dust and ash, ready for the future, ready for the crash. No longer just reflections, but a force to be unbound, shaking off the slumber from this hallowed ground. Yeah, a beacon in the darkness, a voice that will be heard. Every single utterance, every single word. Oh, concrete goes haunting every street, pounding out a rhythm with their weary feet. Yeah, silent revolution in the urban sprawl, waiting for the moment to stand up tall. Concrete goes breaking through the grime, fighting for their dignity against the test of time. Just a phantom echo in the city's hum, waiting for a brighter day to come. 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 Street lights flicker on Flicker Street, another Friday night, bittersweet. Kids are hanging out with nowhere else to go, whispering the secrets in the fading afterglow. Flicker Street is buzzing with rumors and with lies, underneath the watchful small town judging eyes. Every window
windows watching every curtain drawn, waiting for the sunrise, waiting for the dawn. Oh, Flicker Street, where the shadows play, stealing all our innocence away. Yeah, tangle web of gossip and of dread, living out the stories in our head. Flicker Street, a never-ending tale where every single secret sets sail. Just another rumor spreading through the air. Nobody truly cares. Old man Henderson on his porch swing, watching every move, every little thing. Mrs. Peterson with the judging stare, acting like she hasn't got a single care. Flicker Street is brewing with whispers in the dark, leaving every resident with a suspicious mark. Every window's watching, every curtain drawn, waiting for the sunrise, waiting for the dawn. Oh, Flicker Street, where the shadows play, stealing all our innocence away. Yeah, tangle web of gossip and of dread, living out the stories in our head. Flicker Street, a never-ending tale where every single secret sets sail. Just another rumor spreading through the air. Nobody truly cares. I tried to break the silence, tried to tell the truth, but the walls just kept on rising since my earliest youth. They want to keep us prisoners in the fabricated peace, never letting anyone find a true release. Flicker Street is changing, but the spirit stays the same, playing out the old lines in this never-ending game. We'll light a match of secrets, burn them to the ground, let our voices echo with a thunderous sound. Yeah, no more hiding in the shadows, no more living in the fear, making all the old rules disappear. Oh, Flicker Street, where the shadows play, stealing all our innocence away. Yeah, tangle web of gossip and of dread, living out the stories in our head. Flicker Street, a never-ending tale where every single secret sets sail. Just another rumor spreading through the air. Nobody truly cares. Nobody truly cares. Scrolling through the feed, same old noise and lies, echo chamber growing behind these empty eyes. Everyone's a genius, everyone's a critic now, screaming into nothing, taking a low bow. Echo chamber kids drowning in the sound, no one truly listening on this broken ground. Can't find the truth here, lost in all the static, turning every notion increasingly erratic. Oh, echo chamber kids lost inside the screen, living out a fake and hollow dream. Yeah, shouting down the real words, ignoring all the facts, nothing but a vicious endless looping track. Echo chamber kids breaking every rule, playing out the roles of every single fool. Just another comment lost within the stream, a never-ending artificial scream. Filters on our faces, filters on our thoughts, building up illusions, tying us in knots. We crave the validation, the likes and empty praise, fading into shadows through these digital days. Echo chamber kids, isolated and alone, building up our empires on a shaky, brittle throne. Can't find the truth, they're lost in all the static, turning every notion increasingly erratic. Oh, echo chamber kids lost inside the screen, living out a fake and hollow dream. Yeah, shouting down the real words, ignoring all the facts, nothing but a vicious endless looping track. Echo chamber kids breaking every rule, playing out the roles of every single fool. Just another comment lost within the stream, a never-ending artificial scream. Oh, oh, oh.
in our separate cozy cells, feeding us the narratives, ringing all their bells. Echo chamber kids, but we're starting to awake, seeing through the pixels, for goodness gracious sake. We'll shatter all the screens, break the digital chains, find a way to listen through the pouring heavy rains. Yeah, a real connection, a hand to hold so tight, stepping out the darkness into brand new light. Oh, echo chamber kids lost inside the screen, living out a fake and hollow dream. Yeah, shouting down the real words, ignoring all the facts, nothing but a vicious endless looping track. Echo chamber kids breaking every rule, playing out the roles of every single fool. Just another comment lost within the stream, a never-ending artificial scream. Blur the alleyways, a shadow on the wall. Midnight calls to renegades, answering the call. Spray can in my pocket, secrets in my stride, leaving cryptic messages with nowhere left to hide. Midnight vandal, painting on the night, claiming back the darkness with a defiant light. Whispers in the silence, a mischievous delight, taking back the city in the dead of night. Oh, midnight vandal, breaking every chain, letting out the anger, washing off the stain. Yeah, silent protest on the concrete canvas board. Stories to be written, truths to be told. Midnight vandal, dancing in the gloom, carving out our freedom, shaking every room. Just another rebel in the fading moon, knowing we'll be breaking free soon. Our playground where we truly roam, away from judging glances, far away from home. We see the system crumbling, the lies they try to sell, writing our own legends, casting off their spell. Midnight vandal with a mission in our eyes, revealing all the falsehoods underneath the skies. Whispers in the silence, a mischievous delight, taking back the city in the dead of night. Oh, midnight vandal, breaking every chain, letting out the anger, washing off the stain. Yeah, silent protest on the concrete canvas board. Stories to be written, truths to be told. Midnight vandal, dancing in the gloom, carving out our pain is almost empty, the night begins to wane, but the message lingers strongly, washing out the pain. We leave our mark in shadows for the world to come and see, a testament to freedom for you and for me. Midnight Vandal, disappearing in the gray, waiting for the darkness to come and seize the day. They try to keep us quiet, try to keep us down, but our art will be our weapon all over this whole town. Yeah, canvas of rebellion for all the world to see, a vibrant, loud expression, wild and fiercely free. Oh, Midnight Vandal, breaking every chain, letting out the anger, washing off the stain. Yeah, silent protest on the concrete canvas bold, stories to be written, truths to be told. Midnight Vandal, dancing in the gloom, carving out our freedom, shaking every room. Just another rebel in the fading moon, knowing we'll be breaking free soon. Step right up, the show is on. Another perfect day has dawned. Everyone's got their makeup on. Where did all the real feelings gone? Fantastic smile shining bright and true, covering up the bitter ugly view. We play along, we pretend it's fine, walking on this manufactured line. Fantastic smiles, a perfect empty gaze, lost within this artificial maze. Can you see the cracks appearing in the sheen? Behind the perfect pictures, a darker, uglier scene. Oh, plastic smiles hiding all the pain, living out this hollow, superficial game. Yeah, broken record playing on and on, where every single real emotion's gone. Plastic smiles, a perfect empty show, nowhere for honest feelings to go. Just another mask we wear, pretending that we truly care. The influencers are preaching their flawless curated lives, while underneath the surface real humanity dives. We chase the fleeting trends, the momentary fame, forgetting who we truly are, playing out their game. Plastic smiles reflected in the glass, a fleeting fragile moment that will quickly pass. Can you see the cracks appearing in the sheen? Behind the perfect pictures, a darker, uglier scene. Oh, plastic smiles hiding all the pain, living out this
looking glass. Embrace our raw emotions, let the falsehoods pass. Yeah, genuine rebellion from the superficial tide, with nothing left to hide, with nothing left inside. Oh, plastic smiles hiding all the pain, living out this hollow superficial game. Yeah, broken record playing on and on, where every single real emotion's gone. Tastic smiles, a perfect empty show, nowhere for honest feelings to go. Just another mask we wear, pretending that we truly care.
Scream, the world's undone. Another battle lost, another war begun. The fabric tearing thread by fragile thread. Listen to the warnings that were never truly read. The great unraveling, a slow and bitter storm, leaving us exposed and cold, nowhere to keep warm. Can you feel the tremor deep beneath your feet? A prophecy unfolding, bittersweet. Oh, the great unraveling, chaos takes its toll, losing all control, losing every soul. Yeah, a broken promise shattering the peace, begging for a moment of release. The great unraveling, darkness takes its hold, stories of destruction bravely to be told. Just another warning, lost in all the noise, denying every single simple choice. The leaders falter, words are hollow lies, watching institutions crumble beneath indifferent skies. We stand on shaky ground, now uncertain of our fate. Is there still a chance for us before it's far too late? The great unraveling, a truth we can't deny, watching as our future slowly passes by. Can you feel the tremor deep beneath your feet? A prophecy unfolding, bittersweet. Oh, the great unraveling, chaos takes its toll, losing all control, losing every soul. Yeah, a broken promise shattering the peace, begging for a moment of release. The great unraveling, darkness takes its hold, stories of destruction bravely to be told. Just another warning, lost in all the noise, denying every single simple choice. From the ashes rising, a new resolve takes hold. Not content with simply watching as the story's told. We'll pick up all the pieces, forge a brand new way, fighting for our future to seize a better day. The great unraveling, a chance to start anew, building back with passion, honest and true. No longer just observers, will stand up and be loud, breaking all the silence, breaking through the shroud. Yeah, symphony of defiance, a battle cry so clear, banishing the shadows, banishing the fear. Oh, the great unraveling, chaos takes its toll, losing all control, losing every soul. Yeah, a broken promise shattering the peace, begging for a moment of release. The great unraveling, darkness takes its toll, stories of destruction bravely to be told. Just another warning, lost in all the noise, denying every single simple choice. Denying every single simple choice. Another clock and punches, another minimum wage. Watching all the rich men turning another page. My back is aching softly, my hands are rough and worn. Working for a living since the day that I was born. Empty pockets humming, a constant old refrain. Through the bitter winter, through the scorching summer rain. They tell us just to work harder, say the struggle makes us strong. But justice feels so distant, where do we belong? Oh, empty pockets anthem for the ones who stand their ground, making every single dollar count. Yeah, roaring protests for the weary and the brave, breaking all the rules they gave. Empty pockets anthem, a defiant rising sound on this broken, unforgiving ground. Just another fight we wage, turning over another page. Rent is always climbing, the bills just never cease. Searching for a moment of true peace. We drown our frustrations in a cheap cold beer, whispering our ambitions, fighting back the fear. Empty pockets clinking with coins that barely gleam, living out a faded, forgotten, broken dream. They tell us just to work harder, say the struggle makes us strong. But justice feels so distant, where do we belong? Oh, empty pockets anthem for the ones who stand their ground, making every single dollar count. Yeah, roaring protests for the weary and the brave, breaking all the rules they gave. Empty pockets anthem, a defiant rising sound on this broken, unforgiving ground. Just another fight we wage, turning over another page. System's working, say it's fair and just, but all I see around me is crumbling into dust. We're tired of the excuses, tired of the blame. It's time for a rebellion to call them by their name. Empty pockets yearning for what they're owed and due, for a fairer, brighter future, honest and true. No longer will we suffer in silence and in pain. Our voices will be roaring again and again. Yeah, a thunderous uprising from the downtrodden few, standing up for justice, for me and for you. Oh, empty pockets anthem for the ones who stand their ground, making every single dollar count. Yeah, roaring protests for the weary and the brave, breaking all the rules they gave. Empty pockets anthem, finish us, trying to make us weaker. But in the underground, the network starts to grow, sharing hidden secrets, putting on a show. Radio silence, but the signals pierce the night, sending coded messages with all our burning mind. Can't keep us quiet, can't keep us contained. Our spirits are unbound, our voices unrestrained. Oh, radio silence, riot, breaking every rule, turning up the volume, acting like a fool. Yeah, primal scream for liberty and truth, burning bright with everlasting youth. Radio silence, riot, shatter all the chains through the pouring heavy as it rains. Just another message sent into the void, every single sensor we've destroyed. The system's built on falsehoods, a fragile hollow shell. One spark of rebellion, ringing like a bell. We'll amplify our whispers, turn them into shouts, dispelling all the shadows, driving out the doubts. Radio silence, but our voices will be heard. Every single utterance, every single word. From the darkest corners we rise up and we fight for the freedom to be heard, for the truth and for the light. Yeah, symphony of chaos, a glorious undead, letting all the true voices begin. Oh, radio silence, riot, breaking every rule, turning up the volume, acting like a fool. Yeah, primal scream for liberty and truth, burning bright with everlasting youth. Radio silence, riot, shatter all the chains through the pouring heavy acid rains. Just another message sent into the void, every single sensor we've destroyed. Sensor we've destroyed. Sensor we've destroyed. Sensor we've destroyed. Rows of identical houses stretching out for miles, living out the same old day with manufactured smiles. The lawns are neatly trimmed, the curtains always drawn. Another perfect morning, another perfect yawn. Suburban sprawl blues, a monochrome despair, suffocating softly in the stagnant heavy air. Can you feel the boredom creeping through the cracks, leaving empty spaces on our lonely silent tracks? Oh, suburban sprawl blues, singing out our pain, driving through the boredom in the pouring rain. Yeah, silent protest against the bland and gray, wishing for a brighter, better, different day. Suburban sprawl blues breaking every mold, stories of rebellion waiting to unfold. Just another daydream in the summer haze, lost within these endless hollow days. The kids are on their skateboards, trying to
different day. Suburban sprawl blues breaking every mold. Stories of rebellion waiting to unfold. Just another daydream in the summer haze, lost within these endless hollow days. Hollow days. I tried to plant a wildflower in the manicured lawn, but it was quickly uprooted before the early dawn. They wanna keep us uniform, conforming to their rules, living out their narratives, acting like they're fools. Suburban sprawl blues, but a change is in the wind, breaking all the patterns where the new life can begin. We'll paint the fences purple, let the weeds grow wild and high, reclaim our individuality beneath the open sky. Yeah, vibrant, loud expression, a joyous, true sound, breaking all the silence from this hallowed ground. Oh, suburban sprawl blues, singing out our pain, driving through the boredom in the pouring rain. Yeah, silent protest against the bland and gray, wishing for a brighter, better, different day. Suburban sprawl blues breaking every mold. Stories of rebellion waiting to unfold. Just another daydream in the summer haze, lost within these endless hollow days. Hollow days. They called us slackers, said we had no drive. Generation X out, barely alive, left behind in shadows when the future came around, fighting for our voices on this unhallowed ground. Generation X out, with a chip upon our shoulder, growing older, colder, bolder, never felt much colder. Can you hear the rumble, a growing primal sound, breaking through the silence from this barren ground? Oh, Generation X out, rising from the dust with anger and with fury, breaking all their trust. Yeah, bitter anthem for the ones they left behind, leaving all their emptiness to find. Generation X out, screaming out our name, ready for the revolution, fueling up the flame. Just another forgotten face, fighting for our rightful place. Work the dead-end jobs just to pay the rent, watched our dreams disintegrate. Where did all the money went? They built their shiny empires on the backs of all our pain, leaving us with nothing again and again. Generation X out, we remember every slight, burning through the darkness with a furious raging light. Can you hear the rumble, a growing primal sound, breaking through the silence from this barren ground? Oh, Generation X out, rising from the dust with anger and with fury, breaking all their trust. Yeah, a bitter anthem for the ones they left behind, leaving all their emptiness to find. Generation X out, screaming out our name, ready for the revolution, fueling up the flame. Just another forgotten face, fighting for our rightful place.
to fall apart. We saw through all the falsehoods with a defiant heart. No longer silent watchers, no longer just a trend. We're writing our own future until the very end. Generation X out, forging a new way for a fairer, stronger tomorrow and a brighter day. We'll tear down all their monuments built on greed and lies, raise our own flag proudly beneath the open skies. Yeah, thunderous uprising, a generation's roar, demanding something better forevermore. Generation X out, rising from the dust with anger and with fury, breaking all the trust. Yeah, a bitter anthem for the ones they left behind, leaving all their emptiness to find. Generation X out, screaming out our name, ready for the revolution, fueling up the flame. Just another forgotten face, fighting for our rightful place. Fighting for our rightful place.
Found an old shoebox hidden in the dust, a fading photograph of faces I could trust. Time has blurred the edges, memories unclear, whispers from the past now vanish in my fear. Fading photograph, a moment held so tight, captured in the darkness, waiting for the light. Can you feel the longing for a time that's gone astray? Wishing for a moment to come back and stay. Oh, fading photograph burning in my mind, leaving all the memories behind. Yeah, a ghost of laughter, a shadow of a tear, banish in the future, banish in the fear. Fading photograph, a story to be told, more precious than the silver, more precious than the gold. Just a silent echo from a time long gone, waiting for the break of dawn. We swore we'd stay together, friends until the end, but life it has a way now of making spirits bend. Separate pathways chosen, lessons learned the hard way too.
for a sign of who we were back then. And if we're doing fine, the lessons that it taught me etched within my soul, making me a stronger person, making me whole. Fading photograph, a journey through the years, dispelling all the shadows, calming all the fears. No longer just a memory, but a power I can wield, a shield against the darkness on life's battlefield. Yeah, a source of inspiration, a fire burning bright, guiding me to triumph through the darkest night. Oh, faded photograph burning in my mind, leaving all the memories behind. Yeah, a ghost of laughter, a shadow of a tear, banishing the future, banishing the fear. Faded photograph, a story to be told, more precious than the silver, more precious than the gold. Just a silent echo from a time long gone, waiting for the break of dawn. We're the ones they cast aside, the ones they never saw, living on the fringes, breaking every law, with patched up jackets and a defiant stare. We found a common purpose in the cold and lonely air. The Outsiders Ballad, a story of the brave, from the very bottom, rising from the grave. Can you hear us calling from the shadows deep and wide? Together we are stronger, nowhere left to hide. Oh, the Outsiders Ballad, singing out our truth,
fervent, creating a powerful sense of solidarity and rebellion. The section builds to a huge crescendo with crashing cymbals and a final unified chant. I never thought I'd find a place where I truly belong, but with my fellow outsiders nothing can go wrong. We share a common vision, a future bright and bold, writing our own legends, stories to be told. The Outsiders Ballad, a legacy so strong, proving all the doubters where they went wrong. No longer just an outcast, but a leader in the fray, lighting up the darkness, driving fear away. Yeah, righteous indignation, a justice we demand, with power in our voices, with power in our hand. Oh, the Outsiders Ballad, singing out our truth, filled with raw emotion, filled with endless youth. Yeah, a bond unbreakable, forged in fire and in pain, standing up together again and again. The Outsiders Ballad, for the ones who stand alone, making every single heart their own. Just a mighty roar for the ones they try to ignore. Packed up all my troubles, tossed them in the back. Got a full tank of gas now on this open, endless track. The engine's humming sweetly, the sun is in my eyes, leaving all the worries underneath brand new skies. Asphalt Serenade, a rhythm and a rhyme, counting down the miles now, making up for lost time. Can you feel them wind blowing through your hair, leaving all the burdens without a single care? Oh, Asphalt Serenade, singing to the open road, shedding every heavy, lonely load. Yeah, a symphony of vengeance, a melody of speed, planting every single hopeful seed. Asphalt Serenade, driving far away, chasing every single brighter, better day. Just another mile marker, reaching for the sky, watching all our doubts fly by. Small towns blur behind me like a faded dream. Every single street light a forgotten gleam. We stop at greasy diners for coffee and a bite, fueling up our journey through the day and through the night. Asphalt Serenade, a story to unfold, brave and wild and restless, more precious than pure gold. Can you feel the freedom wind blowing through your hair, leaving all the burdens without a single care? Oh, Asphalt Serenade, singing to the open road, shedding every heavy, lonely load. Yeah, a symphony of engines, a melody of speed, planting every single hopeful seed. Asphalt Serenade, driving far away, chasing every single brighter, better day. Just another mile marker, reaching for the sky, watching all our doubts fly by.
GPS could tell the feelings in our hearts now, casting off their spell. We forge our own directions under clear and starry nights, chasing down horizons with all our burning lights. Asphalt Serenade, a promise we can keep, while all the old restrictions silently now sleep. This isn't just a journey, it's a battle we have won, against the dull monotony beneath the blazing sun. Yeah, pure exhilaration, a spirit wild and free, for everyone to witness, for you and for me. Oh, Asphalt Serenade, singing to the open road, shedding every heavy, lonely load. Yeah, a symphony of engines, a melody of speed, planting every single hopeful seed. Asphalt Serenade, driving, driving far away, chasing every single brighter, better day. Just another mile marker, reaching for the sky,